red, blue, purple light. Friends, red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts, red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. Friends, facts, you can get to know the ledger, sacrilegious Sunday to melanin Monday. You can get to know the ledger, my love. Just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I open my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light. Peace, love to the family. Peace, love and light. To the family. Peace, love and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you and it's going to provoke you and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.
Peace to the family, peace to you and yours, peace to the family, peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome to Know the Ledger. You are now rocking with the best. Yes, this is your host for the evening, Brother Red Pillar, soon to be joined by my guest, all right? And this right here is Third Eye Thursdays, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. That's what we talking about. And the song that you just heard, that right there, that's the Fact remix by none other than the 44 Tops. Let's give it up for them. Let's give it up to the 44 Tops. That's right. How we sounding on the audio? How we sounding on the audio before we even get this thing going? How we sounding on the audio? You don't hear nothing? Are we good? Okay. All right, we good? Okay, cool. All right, now we got to make sure, because there's been episodes where Mondem was talking for minutes and and nobody heard nothing. You know what I'm saying? Scene. So let's do the roll call. Let's see who's in the building, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring the guest into the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all of the KTLians. All right, salute. You feel me? Salute. And welcome back. You know what I'm talking about? Feel like we was just here the other day. You know what I mean? Welcome back. Yeah, that part. So we got Harlem in the building. Shout out to Harlem in the building. We got Louisville in the building. We got San Jose in the building. We got Cape Verde, Africa in the building. We got AZ in the building. We got Hawaii in the building. Yep. Y'all, the globe is outside. We outside right now. ATL is in the building. He's in the building. Toronto, T-Dot. Philly in the building. Massachusetts. Yo, the man said Massachusetts. I'm running with that. The Virgin Islands is here. Jacksonville is here. You dig? Harlem is in here. Rochester, the man them from Rochester. Shout out to Rochester, Boston, London, UK. In it. We got the London, UK family in it. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to the London, UK. Jacksonville in here. Duval. You dig? New Hampshire, Norfolk, Lansing, New Haven, Connecticut, Portland in the building. Shout out to Portland. Trailblazers. I remember Portland. DMV in the building. Powder Springs. All right, man. We outside. We outside. You know what I'm talking about? We outside. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Welcome to another episode. You know what I'm talking about? We had to go ahead and tap on the shoulders of the legend. You know what I'm talking about? We had to go and get Ras Ben to come and talk his talk. You know what I mean? We was like, you know what? They got UFOs and all of this crazy shit going on. We just was like, we gonna sit back and be quiet and let the other people out there, the reporters, do what they do. We're gonna let because the master teachers told us, don't just be jumping out the building and jumping on every hot story. I don't want to be that type of YouTuber. It be stories breaking, and I go on my timeline and it's 80 fucking videos immediately. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like the ambulance chasing the news and whatnot. And I ain't mad at that. It's a reaction. Those are reactions. And I'm not mad at that. That get your bread. You know what I mean? The channel is monetized, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And I seen the back office. So I know how these YouTube checks be looking. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad at you. Get your bread. I was on I was pocket watching the other day. I got one of these apps that Mr. Beast put out, and it allows you to go and see how much money certain channels is clocking. Well, god damn it. Well, god damn it. Y'all playing games. YouTube is out here cashing checks. I was talking crazy about YouTube the other day. I take it back. People is out here getting them M's off of sitting in front of a camera. Okay. Yeah, just to show you where life has gone. Let's ask we better pray that them UFOs don't fuck this bag up. You know what I'm saying? UFOs, y'all hear me? Man, let us get this easy money. You know what I'm talking about? Please stop the bullshit. You know what I mean? Just chill. Shit is sweet out here. You know what I'm saying? Shit is sweet. But we said to ourselves, there's a few people in our community. One of them being Dr. Delbert Blair, who is an ancestor, you know what I mean? Who is I would say, he was one of the foremost experts when it came to the whole thing about aliens and UFOs. Like he's him. You feel me? He is him. And if y'all not familiar with Dr. Delbert Blair, and there's new people on the scene that don't say his name. You feel me? There's teachers that y'all was following blindly, and they didn't like to say the names of the master teacher, but I say them. I keep it out. I put his name out there so it stays alive. You feel me? Dr. Delbert Blair. Y'all go ahead and look him up and tap in with him. And there's a few other people, you feel me, that stand, but there's nobody that I know personally, part of the KTL alumni, that I could pick up the phone and call, that other than this brother right here, who has been beating on the drums about the Star Nation and carrying the work, you feel me, and carrying on tradition, you dig? Like my good brother Ras Ben, you feel me? Yes, the Meta Center in Chicago. Yeah, the Meta Center in Chicago. Shout out to them, holding it down for the good doctor and keeping the legacy and the legend alive. You feel me? I got to tap in with them very soon. And I'm going to be uploading some of those classic Blog Talk Radios episodes with Dr. Delbert Blair on this show, because he laid them, the information is timeless, and he laid it down. So I don't want to ramble and whatnot. I want to just set the stage for my guest, you know what I mean, and let him know that we appreciate him. And he's so appreciated that I had to go back to the previous work You feel me? I had to go deep diving. I went back a few years and I got in a time machine and went and checked out some of the work that the good brother Ras Ben was laying out. And I came across this video and it blew me away. You know what I'm saying? And it was called the heavens are open, right? One of his classics and whatnot. Let me see if I could drop it in the chat so y'all can understand. You know what I'm saying? What this man is working with. But The Heavens Are Open is a classic that he did in Brooklyn at the Nicholas bookstore. I believe that's where it was at. And he laid things out and whatnot. And he was, way ahead of his time. So just to help people with their confusion, shout out to Brother Rich, Black Magic 363. I saw an episode last night with my good brother. I believe his name is RFG Chosen. And he was dropping some bombs, you know what I mean? He was going in and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, we got to keep this conversation going in the name of information over misinformation. You feel me? Facts over fear and whatnot. You know what I mean? And I know that this is the biggest story in the world right now, where everybody is giving their opinions, and it's a lot of fear mongering, it's a lot of misinformation, it's a lot of propaganda. So we want to nip all of that in the bud tonight. And I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, on this platform, KTL alumni, my good brother, you feel me? The master teacher, none other than our good brother, Brother Ras Ben, in the building. Yes, yes, yes.
There he is. There he is. KT Alien. Love, honor, and respect.
Yeah. I gotta get my sound effects. Yeah, my machine is at my studio, but yeah, you get it.
Love, honor, and respect.
Salute to you, man. Salute to the God. You feel me?
Yes, I.
Yes, I. How you been?
Thankful.
That's
great.
Yes. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
Would you say life is lifing?
Yes. And life is lifing.
I'm living through it all. What can I say?
Oh, me look, join the club. Feel me?
Yeah.
The club,
living, growing, learning, and evolving.
2024.
Paying attention to these current events.
Yes.
Yeah.
2024 has been a lesson unlike any other, you know what I mean? But the magic of 2024 is in the lesson. You feel me? That's why sometimes we have to kind of like pump the brakes, slow it down, and reflect. Because in the reflection is the direction. You feel me? The reflection is the direction. Instead of us sometimes looking at what our trials and tribulations are, sometimes when we give it a good reflection and are able to sit with self and quiet the noise and then really pay attention to what's taking place, both in personal and outside of self, that's when the lesson comes in. And then you be like, okay, I get it.
That has been a theme of this year.
For sure.
Yeah. I affirm that.
Man.
And I know ones have been chomping at the bit for some 2025 visions. And we're going to share that with you, with the KT aliens. You want to give them the details?
Yeah. Yo, I want to say first and foremost, the response that we got for this lecture is, my saying, it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish it. We finishing this one strong. You feel me? I've gotten one of the stronger responses of this whole year from this lecture than I have for damn near any other lecture. So this one right here, Know the Ledge Media 2024 year in review, right? That's my segment because I do the year in review every year. Yeah. I don't want to confuse anybody with the brothers.
I'm gonna review 20. Hey, we can't move forward without reviewing 24. Shit.
You feel me? Yeah. Ras Ben,
we're gonna review it, but we're gonna also talk about how to stay alive in 25.
How
the
to stay alive, how to strive in 25.
Yes.
Visualize the 9 year. That's what Brother Ras Ben, the master teacher, is gonna be bringing. This is gonna be on Monday, at 8 to 11 p.m. on the 30th, right? And it will be on Zoom. This is going to be a lecture. It's for we do it every month for the Patreons. We feed our supporters and whatnot. And it's also open to everybody else, all of my new KTLians, all of my alumni KTLians. This is for y'all and for the global audience that the brother Ras will be bringing to the table. Yeah, man. Where you at?
I'm here.
Okay. I think your camera went
I'm
out.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the response has been beautiful. You know what I mean? It seems that a lot of people are very interested in
They know
tapping
what it
in.
is.
They know what it is. You feel me? They know
Set
what
the
it
right
is.
vision for the momentum of a calendar year. And we know it is in 2025. We know the new year doesn't start in January. We know there's a lot of
Yeah.
problems with the Gregorian calendar in general,
Yep.
However, when we study the stars in the form of astrology,
Yes.
you can still get an understanding of what to expect, And
Yes, sir.
yeah. That's what we've been playing and having fun with, man.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
For
indeed.
several years. It seems like from about 2018, 2019,
Mm-hmm.
the accuracy and profundity of what we visioned has kind of propelled it to a higher level. And working with the KTL community
Right.
has,
Elevated things.
elevated things,
Look, I'm about to cut this clip too. I'm
Uh,
gonna make a commercial because I was going over last year's prophetic, you know what I mean? Vision that you put forward. You feel me? You utilized the procession of the equinox. You utilize, facts, not what you feel. You showed and proved through the science that Donald J. Trump was gonna be president. You called it, brother. This was in damn near December 2023. I'm gonna show the family. I ain't even gonna talk. I ain't gonna run my mouth. I'm gonna show and prove that you was on point with the Trump prediction. And it's no disrespect to anybody that's out there who is claiming that they do predictions and have, and step forward and say, "Oh, I'm a seer," or "I got the prophets, I got the prophetic vision." You got to be accurate with your shit. You know what I mean? We can't get things wrong. You know what I'm talking about? Not in 2025. There's 1,000 or 100,000 people on TikTok that claim that they could tell the future and all of this stuff. So the stage is crowded. You feel me? This ain't back in the days where we was just playing with it. Nah, the stage is crowded and you got a lot of people's fate in your hand. This is just a PSA for the people out there. Before you step out there and make these bold predictions and anoint yourself like you some type of seer and whatnot, get your science correct. Don't just be out here willy-nilly with it. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I'm glad you said that because, to be honest, I'm just having fun with the science of astrology,
as you should.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't making no claims, but in having fun, it's like it's fun to say something, visualize a year, look at a chart, visualize something, say it, and then see it come to pass. What?
Right.
Yeah. How amazing is that?
Man, it is beautiful. It's heartwarming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And this goes forward to many people credit Iman with the first to speak about the Great Reset.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And we spoke about the global resource reset.
You spoke about the global resource reset before the thing even happened.
before
You
it
put
jumped
that
off, and that
before it
was,
jumped off.
yeah. And
That was in 2019, I believe.
yeah,
Well, it was for the
2018.
2020 reading.
Yeah. So,
Salute to you for that.
yeah,
Salute to you for that.
that was like, seemed like once Iman shared that, and then we saw the reset, and they even started using that terminology. It
Right.
brought certain attention to my sharings, like, what? This,
You
he's
was
not
lit.
just some nigga smoking weed in Philly,
You feel me? Just not
Yeah.
another nigga in Philly shooting from the hip.
Yeah.
You know?
Give thanks.
So I put together a slideshow. I want to pull it up. Let's start
Let's
cooking,
do that.
man. I don't want to hold the people too long. So family, real quick, family. I do want to let y'all know that tonight, because I feel so courteous, you know what I mean? We are offering a deal to the family out there. It's called a super deal. Okay. So for tonight and tonight only, because the good brother's in the building, I want to make sure that his clients, his following, and the KTLians, y'all get yourselves a deal and whatnot. Tonight we have, for one ticket of the lecture, a copy of the Rise of the Super Sapiens lecture and the graphic t-shirt. This is a bundle deal that we have available, the same bundle deal that we did last month. We have this available as well. You will get the Super Sapiens that me and Blue Pill did last month, which is prophetic already. You know what I'm talking about? People are tapping into that Super Sapien energy. And we got your ass a t-shirt. You feel me? And of course, you'll get a ticket to the December 30th presentation that me and the good brother will be doing. So take full advantage of that. The link will be in the bio. The link is in the description, and the mods will be dropping the link. All right. So let us move forward. Okay.
Barely see it. A white.
So this right here, I just mentioned that the brother put together a lecture called "The Return of the Star Nation." Right. This is from, what year is this exactly? Oh no, this is from The Heavens Are Open. This is a clip from The Heavens Are Open, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what he did at the historic bookstore Nicholas in Brooklyn. Shout out to Kafunya in the building. You feel me? So yes, he put together this powerful presentation, and let's check this out.
Spec. Then another sighting.
There it is. I got it.
Photojournalist Jonathan Hawkins locks in on it. Let's take a closer look here. It's an orange sphere that appeared out of nowhere. I call the boss with an unexpected change in my story. I can see it clear as day. In fact, it's bright.
I can't believe this.
It's moving pretty fast.
It's going to Nellis Air Force Base. It wants to be seen.
We called Nellis to see what these things might be. Guess what? They didn't call us back. But this thing started coming back toward us.
Yeah.
Coming toward us now, I think.
What?
See, it's coming up toward us.
Whoa, man!
I want to preference what you're looking at right now. This is Yahweh Ben Yahweh. This is Yahweh Ben Yahweh out of Florida. If anybody was in Florida in the 80s, you may be familiar with the good brother Yahweh Ben Yahweh, who had a lot of things going on for him. But one of the most profound things that this man had going for him was the ability to summon the quote unquote orbs, or the ancestors. And he did this in front of the Europeans and whatnot, and they put it on the news. The good brother Yahweh Ben Yahweh had hotels.
I think that's the prophet Yahweh. I don't know if that's Yahweh Ben Yahweh out of Florida.
Okay, this is the prophet Yahweh.
The prophet Yahweh.
Okay, my
and
bad.
I think he was in Vegas at this point in his liberty, in his life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is all right. So I'm mixing them up.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So prophet Yahweh
Mm-hmm.
was in such a personal relationship with the Opham or the Orbs that the man could just step outside and say, a prayer, and boom, the orbs would appear. And he did it with such regularity that the time a news anchorman heard of him and thought he was going to do a story like clown him, like, you know.
Right.
But then when the prophet did it and the reporter saw the Star Nation, he was like, wow, you know.
Facts.
Yeah.
So this is what y'all saying. I just wanted to preface it. Let's continue.
Oh, hallelujah.
Then, a few seconds later, it disappeared.
It's going back up in space.
Prophet Yahweh isn't concerned. He says it'll be back.
And I'm still not quite sure what those things were. Now, if I didn't see this for myself, I probably would have just laughed this whole thing off. Prophet Yahweh says, though, this is just the beginning. He says we're going to see a lot more of these things starting next week. And he says one will come down low enough for all of Las Vegas to see. Mike Delastrito, Channel 13 Action News.
Prayer, right? All right. Now, something else I want y'all to associate with the orbs is the crop circles. Because when we start answering some of those questions Farrakhan asked, like, who are they? Why are they here? We got to look to crop circles, because crop circles is one of the primary ways that they are communicating with us. All right? So, yeah, we want to associate the orbs with the pyramid mothership. We want to realize that they're responsive to prayer. They're the makers of crop circles. All right? Now, with that in mind, let's start answering some of these questions as far as who they are, who are they? Now, we'll answer that in the context of what would our ancestors say. So if we was in Kemet, we say, who are they? They say, oh, those are the Anui. The Anui, the celestial fish beings that swim alongside of Ra's Ark of a Million Years throughout the Oranos, which is the Milky Way, okay? And the Anui, which are also known as the star children of Ra, they're the celestial ancestors of who? The Anu, primordial humanity. So the Kemites would say that, yeah, they're our family. We're the Anu, they're the Anui. The Dogon called them the Nomo Titiani, the messenger assistants of Amma. And they are given custodianship of the heavens. They're the regulators of the heavens. They keep universal law intact on that plane. That's what the Dogon said. And the Nomo Titiani helped the Nomo Anagana, which is who? Humanity. So here we see that relationship reaffirmed. The Maya referred to the orbs, to the wheels, as Ahau Kinds, the lords of the sun, masters of the sun. And yeah, image of the Ahau Kinds is similar to the Nomo Titiani. You know, they're the custodians of the heavenly plane. The indigenous call them the Star Nation. Okay, so you got ones like Black Elk that says, yeah, what are man's military going to do when the Star Nations come and shine their light? So the Ophan, the Aphanim, is a hierarchy of angels. They're the third highest in the celestial hierarchy, after the seraphim, cherubim, and then the Aphanim. Okay? And the Aphanim are also referred to as the thrones. And the reason why they're referred to as the thrones is because they say they carry the Merkaba, which is the divine throne chariot of the Most High. Okay? So the divine throne chariot of the Most High in Judaic tradition, that's Ra's Ark of a Million Years. That's what the Merkaba is. It's the pyramid mothership. Okay? And the Ophanim are the thrones because they carry or they travel with the Merkaba. All right? Then the Ophanim, the Opham, the prophecies that Enoch has of the Opham. And we're going to talk about this because Enoch was the first prophet. You only got one of his prophecies in that whole Bible. How is that? Add that up to me. The first prophet, the man that jumped it off, who jumped all the line of prophets off, he got one prophecy. We're going to talk about why that is. But the one prophecy of Enoch in the Bible, which is 1 Jude, is his depiction of the Ophanim. And I'll quote the Enoch version. You got the biblical one up here. But he says, behold, I'm going to come with thousands and thousands, myriads and myriads of my saints and holy ones
I think I got it
to
all.
execute judgment.
Thank you. Give thanks.
So the Ophanim are the ones given authority to execute judgment on earth.
I'm sorry.
Are we given authority to execute judgment? What were we told to do?
Right.
Now, we were told to what? Judge not, just lest ye be judged. We're not given authority to judge. It's the Opham, the Ophanim, that is given authority to bring judgment upon the behaviors of humanity. Okay?
I'm so glad you called.
So now, these Opham, they're humanoid. How do we know that? 1974, Carl Sagan, the cosmologist and astrophysicist, sent a message, a binary message into space with a radio telescope, the Arecibo radio telescope in Puerto Rico. That message said, hey, we humans use a decimal counting system. There are 5 basic elements that make up our chemistry: hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and phosphorus. This is the formula of our DNA, nucleotides. Our DNA is arranged on 2 double helix spiral strands. We are approximately 5 feet 9 inches tall on average, with small heads in proportion to our body. We live on the 3rd planet of our solar system, and we're sending you this message with a radio telescope. This is the message Carl Sagan sent out into the heavens in 1974. In the year 2001, this crop circle appeared, which was a response to Carl Sagan's original message. It said, we too use a decimal counting system. We have 5 elements that make up our chemistry, but where you all have carbon, we have silicon. This is the formula of our DNA, and instead of 2 strands of DNA, we have 3 strands of DNA. We're approximately 3 foot 4 inches tall with big heads in proportion to our bodies. There's 21 billion of us, and we live on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th planets of our star system, the 5th planet being a home system. And we're giving you this message with an orb. That was Carl Sagan's response. Okay? The response to Carl Sagan's message.
Did Carl Sagan read it?
Yeah, he did. He did, but, you know, they're not acknowledging this. They're not acknowledging this. This is like, this has been swept under the scientific carpet. They know that it's happened. They know, they can't deny that it's happened. They're just not acknowledging it or dealing with it and leaving the question Is there intelligent life? Because one of the reasons why, if I'm a scientist and I get paid to search for intelligent life in the cosmos, yeah, it might be to my economic advantage if we don't find it just yet. You know? Because you still got cats in Puerto Rico today getting paid monitoring the radio telescope, sending signals out into space, even though the response has already come. Okay? So now, this was another crop circle that accompanied that data strip. It's a pixelated image.
Yes. So I had to preface that, family, before we start the conversation. I had to preface the lecture that the good brother already did, where he explained in detail what it is that we're seeing versus what we're not seeing, so we could all get back on the same page, correct? So let us move forward with the demonstration. Do you have something to say, good brother?
Well, I'll just say that I had no intention on studying star nations in my life, right? But, you know, what do you say? Transparency, told true, like, you know, what it is.
Right.
You know, I grew up in the Parliament Funkadelic era.
Yeah, they
You
was
know,
coming off them spaceships.
I grew up with George Clinton coming out the mothership, you know? That was like,
mind blowing at
my
that time.
entertainment, right?
Right.
And so when YouTube first came out, before they started playing with the algorithms,
Yes. Right.
It was a lot easier to just, like, if you saw a pyramid mothership or you saw whatever, right?
Right.
You could get it up and then it would just come up in somebody's feed or whatever, right? So I saw this footage of a pyramid mothership and I was like, hold up. That's damn if that doesn't look like the ship George Clinton walked out of, right? And where I live in Philadelphia is Sun Ras neighborhood, Germantown, you know. Sun Ra.
Wow, okay. The
Sun Ra
legend.
got roots.
The orchestra.
Yeah. And so, you know, I was familiar with our relation to the cosmos as celestial beings. Like,
That's
this
right.
wasn't nothing.
Was a no-brainer. Right.
It was, you know, so when I saw YouTube of a pyramid mothership flying around, I was like, hold up. And so then I started researching it. And that was really what inspired. It kind of culminated in that video.
Right.
Sharing the heavens are open. I haven't been doing too much research on the star nations lately. I've been paying attention, right? But see, YouTube did change the algorithm with that Star Nation thing.
Oh, did they?
About a decade ago, right?
Yeah.
Two things happened. YouTube changed that algorithm, and then there became, like, the YouTube social media scene was flooded with channels that seemed like, for whatever reason, they were really geared towards putting out fake videos.
Right. That was government.
Yeah. So, like, if you did a search for some Star Nations activity, these fake videos would come up.
Pop up. Right.
You know,
Misinformation
like, it flooded
campaign.
your search.
Super fact.
And so ones would pull up a video and then comment on it, and then they would be discredited because it was their commentary was on a fake video.
Right.
So when that happened, what I noticed on the YouTube community was that a couple of channels that were able to like position themselves in such a way, let's
Right.
say, and the curators of these channels would review stuff, so they wouldn't posting nothing fake or nothing, right? So like, let's say we saw something and we had our camera and we got it, right?
Right.
Instead of we ourselves posting it, we would email the file to someone on these channels.
Right.
So
The channels, right.
so
The
there was this
aggregate,
man,
aggregated.
yeah, this man, his name was Tyler, Secure Team 10.
Security 10?
Secure Team 10.
Oh, Secure Team 10.
Yes, that was the channel's name.
Dope.
And it was like after YouTube played with the algorithm, made the searching a little difficult, his channel really like held it down, right? But he hasn't been active lately. Like the Tyler story is really wild. He had mugs and he got ran off the road. Forced automobile accident. People was terrorizing him and his wife, and
that's great. Yeah,
he just had a lot of drama, man. He backed up, right?
Right.
But to tell you how, like, I think the biggest testament to how important his channel was, right? The boy Stephen Greer, when he came out with something, he went on Tyler's channel first. And there were a couple, Tyler did this a couple of times where, even the boy, who's the boy that did the Area 51 disclosure, the original Bob Lazar. When Bob Lazar came out of he went he dropped the tapes on Area 51 like decades ago.
Right.
And then dropped out, dropped out of the world, right? He came back. He came to Tyler.
Bob Lazar.
Yeah. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, they knocked Tyler out.
Of course.
He's not active no more. Right? But there's this channel. I put you on to him, and you told me even the boy last night when Brother Rich mentioned him. Mr. MM3BBB. I think that's his name. That's the name of the channel, right? He has the same relationship with the world that Tyler had. So
where he aggregates things.
Yeah, if you see the Star Nation, you're gonna send it to him, right?
Right. And he gonna post it.
He ain't posting nothing phony. He reviews it, he studies it, and that's really where I just been paying attention to Star Nation events.
Yes.
But I haven't really been reasoning on them or doing the works on them. But these recent current events, if we're not paying attention to what's going on in the world right now and not talking about the Star Nations, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a lot to
a lot
to peel back.
Yeah. So I got a clip from the Good Brothers channel. I want to play that.
Please.
Yeah. Let me introduce the family to the brothers channel that y'all talking about. Let's check them out. We're going to go through a set of videos that are on viral mode right now, dealing with this whole drone, orb type of thing. So let's go.
middle move. Look at all this shit. I know that's more than that was just there. And it's like it just appeared.
This is over New Jersey. Does that look like some sort of any kind of a drone that you've ever seen before? Well, the problem is we don't.
Helicopter chasing a UFO or UAP or drone. The object suddenly disappears. Boop. New Jersey.
Okay, things are ramping up very strangely. This is the mayor of a town called Belleville in New Jersey that's seeing a ton of drone sightings all over the place. And listen to what he said.
New Jersey has some of the best detection equipment in the nation, I am told. We have by far the most robust equipment, is what the state police told us. The detection equipment is up, but not detecting. These are 6-foot drones that are somehow evading our detection. They are not being detected. Here's some unknowns. And again, they were very transparent today. So some of the unknowns. The state police says unknowns. We have no idea where they're taking off from. No idea. We have no idea where they're landing. No idea at all. We have no idea who's behind them, because as I mentioned, they are not state, and we are told it is not federal. We have no idea the drone types, as I mentioned before, that they stay up about 6 to 7 hours, and if you're a drone operator, you probably know that that's a very, very long time. We know that we've gotten close, but when we do get close, the lights have gone dark, and they have left the area. And we do know that they are flying, as I repeatedly said, they are flying over critical infrastructure like reservoirs, Picatinny Arsenal, Trump Bedminster, and our nuclear power plants.
The sightings are increasing in frequency, and few people have an explanation. There is no explanation because we haven't got one of them down yet, at least not publicly. I don't really think this is Russia or China or Iran or Ukraine or North Korea. I think there's another angle here. Comment your thoughts below and I'll give you a poll to choose some answers from.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, y'all. This is the channel coming up.
Okay, so there's Venus transiting the sun. This is what occurred June 5th, 2012. Celestial event. All right? Y'all got that idea that, okay, this orb is moving across the face. Boom. So, right. They say this is Earth. This is the sun. This is Venus transiting. Quetzalcoatl will return at this celestial event. And guess what? He did. And we've seen this in montages. We know what this is. This is the pyramid mothership making the wormhole cloud. And we said that wormhole cloud is a reference to Quetzalcoatl plume is a reference to this wormhole. So this event was witnessed by millions, video recorded by thousands. The pyramid mothership flew over Russia, Turkey, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, Armenia, Jordan, Palestine, and Israel. Millions of people witnessed it. Thousands of people.
Yo, that's crazy. All of those places that you mentioned, Ross, are at war, have been at war, and people who witnessed those things have been slaughtered.
Okay? Media spend it. both here and in Russia, to say that it was a failed missile
A
test.
serious occurrence has taken place near the border between Israel and Lebanon. An illuminated object emerged in the night sky and began to spiral for several minutes, attracting thousands of puzzled onlookers. A similar sight was witnessed in Norway in 2009 and turned out to be a failed missile launch. Most experts believe that's what was seen over Israel.
My question, could Russia test a missile? I don't care if it failed or not. Could Russia test a missile over Israel? No. What would happen? World War III, right. So we know that's some crockery, you know? So here's the, I'm not even gonna show all the different, like I said, this thing was filmed by thousands. There's so much footage of it out there. This was also filmed over Israel that same day. The smaller pyramid craft after the large one left. So it was consistency. We've seen all of this before, but we slept on it. They gave us a ginormous crop circle to say they was going to do it on this day. They did it on this day. It was witnessed by millions, videoed by thousands, and we, as a collective, slept on it. Nothing was made of it. All right? Now, another thing that they are doing, we mentioned that they have a craft that we just call the cigar UFO, because we don't have a better word for it. The cigar UFO, the Ofan are using to clean up all the radiation that's accumulating in our environment because of Fukushima and other misuse of radiation. This was a picture taken in Philadelphia last year. All right? Number one, look, you can see the Ofan are all over the place in the cloud, right? And then you can see it like bang, freeze frame captured right there. And then here you see the cigar UFO. Okay? So that was in Philadelphia, right off of Penn Treaty Park, where it all began. Here is a picture, here is a clip showing that cigar UFO on news in Japan over Fukushima. So this is how we have made the association that the cigar UFO is here to clean up radiation. Where is it? Yeah, right here, look. Okay? And that was right above Fukushima, right after the tsunami. Okay? And what do the Ofan do with the cigar UFOs after they've accumulated radiation? They drop it into the volcanoes. Wow. Bam, look at that.
Boom.
So that's how they're cleaning up the radiation and then putting it back in the earth where it belongs. All right? This is on the news also.
Couldn't that strengthen
in
those
Mexico.
cats in the portal? Couldn't that strengthen them?
It's possible. It's possible. All right? Another thing that happened is that the Ofan foiled that planned staged alien invasion. I think, and I'm not going to be able to go into details now. The details are on the video. I went over these details on the first one. All right? But the reptilians were going to use the London Olympics for the staged alien invasion. There's a whole lot of things building up to it to show us that that was the reality. All right, and I got even a lot of clips to show there was so much action above the heavens of that London Olympics. I'm going to show one clip though. Y'all don't think I made this clip because it shows the orb disc standoff at the opening ceremony of the London Olympics. So the stage, now remember, all the other places we saw those disc craft, it was with military. Right. Right? There's the one clip that I found where the disc craft is just by itself. And it looks like it's about to descend onto the Olympics, and then boop, an orb appears, and they stand off and then stand down. Okay? And the guy that compiled this footage, he knew something was up. He's like, yeah, this 3D stream, 3 distinct craft in the sky. Here's a disk craft, an orb, and then a blimp. And so he's comparing and contrasting all the different craft. Okay? You got an orb-shaped object. You got a disc-shaped object. And you got, Ras Ben ain't make this. I ain't make this, but it looks like I did, right? So you had the disc craft, was about to come down, the orb appears, disc craft stands off. Okay, so that's the only one, but I got about 10, 12 clips showing all the action that was occurring above, because they tried a couple of times. And the Ofan was like, well, if y'all make y'all move, we're going to make our move. What we going to do? Okay? Now, the Ofan also defended the Earth in those asteroid impacts. Remember there was an asteroid over Russia, it blew up, they said about 1,000 people were injured, right? So look at this, study this thing. This is, watch, the Ofan is gonna come, boom, bust it, and keep moving. And then it blows up. So what might have happened if the Ofan didn't intervene on our behalf for that with those asteroids? It would have made the impact. It would have been a much more severe impact. All right? So you see that? Y'all got that one, right? Now it's one thing to say that one time, but not only do we have the Ofan impacting the Russia meteor impact, same thing happened with the meteor that was falling over Japan. Watch this. You see the meteor coming, an Ofan appears, and the meteor blows up.
Damn. Ofan with the assist.
So again, when I see this, I feel good. I feel very safe. I feel very secure. I ain't really worried about Bobby Bone. I really am not. You know? And again, this awareness brings a productive emotion. All right?
Classic Lexio, classic. So here goes.
Drones are coming from the inside of the ocean.
Hey, look, it's right there. And right there. And right there.
Breaking news. It's now confirmed. The drones originated from our oceans. Last Thursday, a sheriff from Ocean County, New Jersey, reported to state police, the FBI, and the U.S. Coast Guard that she witnessed 50 drones flying from the ocean toward the mainland.
There were 50 that came off the ocean. 50? 50. That was my reaction also.
The flight path crossed the navigational channel at Island Beach State Park. The sheriff, a sworn officer, is considered a highly credible witness. In response, the Ocean County Sheriff's Office immediately deployed its own industrial-grade drone to track one of the 50 drones reportedly emerging from the sea. However, what happened next was unusual. The mysterious drones emitted no heat signature, unlike typical drones, and quickly evaded pursuit. Later, Coast Guard officials reported that 13 drones, each with an 8-foot wingspan, had tailed one of their vessels. These SUV-sized unidentified flying objects have been hovering over New Jersey skies since November 18th, causing growing alarm among local residents. Explanations for these drones vary. Some speculate they could be foreign in origin, sent by adversaries. However, last Friday, both the White House and the Pentagon dismissed this theory, stating there was nothing to worry about and suggesting people might be overreacting. Yet, the confirmation that these drones originated from the sea has gone unanswered by the federal government.
Crazy.
Here activated the security camera. Really cool video footage that we're going to take a look at here in a day or two. But in the meantime, the New Jersey governor says that everybody needs to calm down about the drones. Apparently, there haven't been as many. Murphy was peppered with questions again on Monday as the state and country continue to be captivated by the mysterious accounts of the unidentified drones, unmanned or remote-controlled aircraft in the air above Jersey and neighboring states. And I've received video footage from multiple states across the country, and I've got more footage to share with you guys guys today. I was asked if I could possibly analyze this video footage here that was taken by a YouTuber. Here's the video. I did analyze some still images from the video that was taken from an airplane that apparently was flying from Detroit to New Jersey. And at one point during the flight, this individual noticed these objects flying above the clouds at a very high altitude, almost too high to be a drone. Article over here at theexpress.com goes on to say U.S. drone mystery takes a new twist as plane passenger films orbs at impossible altitude. New video taken from an airliner flying into Newark casts doubt on the official White House statement about the New Jersey drone crisis. John Kirby of the National Security Council, he goes on to say, we assess that the sightings to date include a combination of lawful commercial drones, hobbyist drones, and law enforcement drones, as well as manned fixed-wing aircraft, helicopters, and even stars that were mistakenly reported as drones. We have not identified anything anomalous. Well, in this video right here, I took a close look at what the individual saw out the window of the airplane, and here's one of 4 objects that were spotted well above the clouds, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 9 to 14,000 feet. Easily Amused EE took this video from an airplane flying at approximately 35,000 feet. And here we go. Here's the analysis of what they saw out the window of this aircraft. I'm going to zoom in on the one on the far left, then we're going to zoom in on the craft over here on the far right. They appear to be their own light source. There's 2 in the middle that appear to be smaller, and they're much more difficult to identify. However, the 2 larger ones that appear to be gold have wings, and they appear to be decent size. These appear to be way too big to be hobby drones. Check out the size of this thing. That's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 6 feet wide, at least, if not wider. And I'm talking about just the body of this thing. And you can tell it's got wings. It's got some sort of wings and a possible tail fin on the back. But it looks like it's a solid light. It does appear to be an orb from a distance, but when you get up close, like this one here, you can clearly see it's got wings, and it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 25 feet long. That's big. I mean, that's decent size. If that's a drone, that's a very big drone, and that's not something that you would buy at the hobby shop. This is a big drone, if it is a drone, or some sort of a UFO. Check that out. And the objects in the middle, I couldn't identify anything on those, but these clearly have wings and a large body. Pretty decent size objects spotted from an airplane at 35,000 feet. Flying above the clouds. So those wouldn't have been visible from the ground. So what were they doing? And those are definitely anomalous. I'm not saying that they're necessarily anything nefarious, but those are super unique. These are definitely not airplanes and definitely not helicopters. So what are they, and what are they doing up there? Those are definitely mysterious. Speaking of mysterious, I've got more video footage to share with you guys that have been sent in here recently. I'm working on dozens and dozens.
Yeah, so check that channel out, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. MBB333, the good brother Ras, he shared that with me, and it appears that he's a good source, correct? He's a good source of information.
As far as YouTube is concerned right now.
Right.
Being able to get unedited, unfiltered, like, holy shit, I see something and I'm gonna record it. And I want to get it out.
So he's the aggregator. They send it to him. And he's basically like the world star of the sightings in the UFO videos.
There you go.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say after Tyler dropped off and Secure Team 10.
Yeah, he picked up.
He has the biggest worldwide community.
Yeah, I think he got like 1 million subscribers.
Yeah,
on
man,
YouTube.
he has a big community. And so if the Star Nations is jumping off and you want to see the
authentic footage,
real footage,
right?
That's probably the best source.
Right.
For right now,
Indeed.
Yeah.
So based off of the footage that we saw, and you were breaking down both the crop circles, and you were also showing how these orbs were basically taking, they were interacting with nuclear sites and dropping nuclear weapons into volcanoes. Yeah. Can you give us some more insight on that? Like, what is your take on the theory that these orbs in New Jersey, well, the orbs, the drones, they're saying that the drones have detectors on it that are trying to detect nuclear material or radiation. And then there were reports that there's some missing nuclear weapons from a facility and whatnot in New Jersey. So they're saying that the government has released these drones radiation because there may be a dirty bomb in somebody's hands in the United States of America.
Right. And well, we had talked off camera that yes, so now the orbs are known by many names, many people.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
I'm going to use the Judeo-Christian reference of them, which is the Ophan, comes out of Ethiopia.
Right.
The Book of Enoch.
Yes.
Okay. So the Ophan, Ophanim is another name. Now, Enoch says the 7 heavens with 24 gates, right?
Okay.
You know, in his description of our galaxy or the cosmos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says there are 9 hierarchies of angelic beings. Okay. And he breaks them into triads. So like each
3, right.
Of the 9 hierarchy, you know, of the 9 kind of operate in groups of 3.
3, okay.
Right? And have reign over a certain heaven.
Okay.
That's really what's important, that of the 7 heavens, the hierarchy of angels is determinant of kind of like what range of heaven they got reign over.
Right.
Right. So
different planes.
Yes, the highest hierarchy that Enoch says, the highest triad, right? Cherubim, and Ophanim.
An Ophanim. Okay.
Okay.
Cherubim, seraphim, and Ophanim.
Right. So the cherubim and the cherubim, they don't leave the 7th heaven.
Okay.
Their station is in the 7th heaven. The Ophanim, they can travel all 7 heavens. Okay.
They got the
and
skeleton.
one of the heavens is our atmosphere. I should say that.
Okay.
One of the, like when Enoch goes on the tour of the 7 heavens.
Yes.
Right. The first heaven that he takes a tour of is like our atmosphere, because he's describing trees, he's describing mountains, he's describing rivers, he's describing
oceans.
like landscape, as if you were like in a helicopter,
like looking down,
flying over the land, right? So that's when he sees the tree of knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life.
Right.
He describes them, So anyway, the Ophanim, they reside in the 7th heaven from us, which is like our galactic core, the center of the galaxy. Right? But they have dominion and access to our 1st heaven, which is our atmosphere. So that would be kind of like the, another thing about the Book of Enoch that's important is that it's the foundation of what we call angelology.
Angelology.
Yes, the study of angels and their names.
Yes.
all of that, the foundation
Yeah.
of it is the book of Enoch, right? The good and the fallen angels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Enoch gives us the name and behaviors of the fallen angels, as well as the, you know, angels who still have their stations in heaven.
So
right?
that's Metatron, correct?
Enoch is Metatron, yes, because according to the third, it's called Enoch 3, or the third book of Enoch.
Mm-hmm.
Enoch was transfigured,
Right.
transfigured into an angel.
Mm.
Okay.
Dope.
So,
Dope.
yes. So the thing about why I'm sharing all that, right, is
Mm-hmm.
because really whatever tradition you hold firm to, right? It might be an indigenous tradition, it might be Islam, Judeo-Christian, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the science of some angels or messengers of the Most High.
Of the Most High, right?
You know,
They all in
and
there.
it's all in there, exactly. And so, you know, these beings are referenced a lot in ancient traditions.
Yes, in ancient texts.
Yes. And
Indeed.
you know, they're very active right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're very active, and their activity seemed to increase significantly after World War II and the use of atomic weaponry.
Right.
And they seem to pay a lot of attention to nuclear energy, nuclear weapons. Why do we say that? Because the frequency of sightings of military bases, nuclear power plants, you know, wherever there seems to be atomic energy,
That's where they have increased sightings at.
they have increased sightings. So,
Yeah.
And those who kind of study that form of weaponry would say that, you know, it doesn't just damage what we see blown up here on Earth.
Right. There's a tear in the atmosphere.
There's a tear in the fabric of space-time
Space and time.
itself. Yeah.
When
There's
they
a
split the atom.
fracture. Like, you know how they've been talking about time crystals lately? In
Yes.
the realm of science?
Yes.
So imagine God created the frame of space as a crystal. Right?
Yep.
Because that's basically what these time crystals are that, you know, they're so-called scientists are recreating, right?
Yes.
And you set off an atomic weapon, it's like you're damaging the crystal.
Right.
You know,
you might fracture it, right?
You're fracturing the crystal.
Fracturing it. And once you crack a crystal.
Yeah. So
yeah.
At least that's how I see it.
What about the cosmic?
If you ask me, why might the Ophan be paying extra attention? Why might the angels who have custodianship over all seven heavens,
right?
Why are they coming to us? It's the first heaven. It's like our atmosphere is like the lowest heaven.
Cool. Right.
Why are they coming here and have all these sightings around nuclear facilities? It's because the use of this technology is more, you know, of course it's
very
damaging
nefarious
to us. It's damaging to the earth, but it's damaging to the fabric of creation, you know?
Woo. Damn.
Yeah.
These some real these some diabolical creatures. Your boy Einstein and them Oppenheimer.
Right. So now what you were referring to as far as the drone sightings,
Mm-hmm.
there is a drone engineer, a man who builds drones for the military.
Yep.
That's his claim, right?
Yeah.
And he was giving his opinions on the drone events that were seen.
Mm-hmm.
First thing he said was, no drones are coming out of the ocean. I'm glad you shared that clip of
Right.
somebody saying that they called them drones.
That's what they called them. Right,
They called them, but it's probably
right.
the Ophan coming out of the ocean.
Ocean, right.
Okay. Because this builder of drones was saying, hey, the technology's not like that. The way the battery, the way the transmission, drones have to stay in touch with their command pod, right?
Right.
And they return to where they're coming from.
Right.
And so he was saying the way the energy is on a drone battery, the way the signal works, they're not flying that far
out from
and
the
coming
base.
out of the ocean. He was like, nah, it ain't, it isn't going down like that.
Right.
And he said to fly a drone at night makes no sense because drones, if you can't see it, it's just flying around.
Right.
He said if you're using drone technology at night, it can only be for a couple of reasons. To detect natural gas or radiation.
Right.
That they've attached some detectors
Thermonuclear detectors, right.
And so his theory was that there's a dirty bomb somewhere in Jersey.
Right, somewhere in Jersey.
And
Jersey.
do I know what's happening? I don't. I'm paying attention, just like I'm imagining everyone in K. If you're KT alien, you're paying attention, right?
Facts.
The timing of it. And when I say timing of it, I'm relating the timing to Trump about to get in office. Right. That I wouldn't be surprised if this is if it's the final card, and I use that term intentionally. Those that study disclosure know that the false flag alien invasion
is considered the final card, right?
Considered the final card for the global takeover.
Right. Before they form that one world thing.
That one world thing, exactly. So the fact that it's in what they call mainstream media, the involvement of the drones, but then there are sightings that can't be drones.
Right.
Drones aren't coming out the ocean. And I'm glad you shared the video of the man on a plane 25,000 feet in the air above the clouds.
Above the clouds.
Drones aren't flying above the clouds. Come on now.
Right.
And so what are those craft? And who are they? Why are they here? And what's up with these craft that don't appear as drones, appearing worldwide, really.
Mm-hmm.
But since Trump got in office, for some reason, a concentration of sightings in the United States, particularly
Right.
over New Jersey, but also the West Coast and
Florida.
yeah, all over. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so
Jersey Shore and all of
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's very interesting.
Well, Trump has a lot of, pull in Jersey, well now all of the states, but it's just very interesting.
Yes.
Very
And
interesting.
I would say at this point, right, it'd be unwise to say it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. Kind of what you were saying earlier, like jumping on something before you really see what it is and can make an get an informed vision on what
Right.
it's seeing, you know? Uh
Right.
so it's interesting, you
Very
know?
much so.
It's very
Gets the
interesting.
wheels turning. I would say that.
It's
You know,
yes.
there's two other factors that we can't forget. One is the fact that Trump is aligned with the Space Force
Mm,
that he inaugurated in his first term. And then
yes.
people were like, what the hell is a Space Force? Like, why would you even waste your time to create an agency like that? Because
Right.
well,
And here we are.
it was like because it's once again when you deal with programming, you inundate the population and the public with fear. And because this is the longest this conversation has gone. They've had debriefings in Congress. You feel me? They've had, all of these type of hearings, and that didn't garner the attention of the population the way that this story has. Like, this is the longest running story. It's somewhat embossed in the minds of the people and whatnot, and it's not going to necessarily go away. It's when you program in people, there's a certain amount of time that programming takes place. This programming is running the course to whereas it's going to stay not only in the subconscious of the people, but also on the frontal lobe. And then, of course, the second thing that we have to factor in is this Elon Musk, addition, because he's still the wild card. He has the Starlinks. He's heavily into the AI and all kind of robotics and things of that nature. So it's like there's a level of mistrust that you have to apply when you're looking at all of this, because these people are known to play a lot of games. And the third one that I can't leave out is the fact that is it real? People are not factoring that is it real? They were utilizing killer drones. They were utilizing drone technology for the whole year. There are people
And I hear
in
that
Africa.
killer drone technology is being used a lot in that Ukrainian.
The Ukrainian war started with the Ukrainian war with the killer drones, and it escalated in the Gaza conflict to whereas those SUV-sized drones that are dropping bunker busters and stuff like that, that's what they were utilizing. Drone swarms came from Iran. They had a drone swarm, hundreds of drones that they sent over to attack Israel, and their laser defenses were shooting it down and stuff like that. People in Africa.
But now, I want to say one thing about the drone warfare.
Yes.
Because the person who started that, Barack
is Obama.
Obama.
Facts. That is a fact in his administration.
It pained me because, full disclosure, I was on that Obama. Like, what? We're going.
I was on a train too.
I'm gonna put my vote in, right? And one of the reasons why was when he won the Nobel Peace Prize before he became president. I really, was under the illusion that this man was really going to be about some global peace.
Right.
And it was very disheartening when he started using the drone warfare in
Africa.
Afghanistan and Pakistan.
Right.
Because
Somalia.
it escalated essentially the war on humanity with that move. And
Of course.
here we are. Here we are. So I just want to say that.
Yeah, that was the beginning of this quote unquote mechanized machine type of murder. You feel me? Where these drones were heartless. They were young soldiers flying drones, you know, in bunkers in like Mexico. And you know, they were carrying out these predator drone strikes, and they thought that they were playing simulation games. They didn't even know that they were blowing up villages with children and babies and weddings. They blew up a whole damn wedding and stuff like that. So people in Africa, people in the Middle East are probably watching this whole thing unfold in America, and they're laughing and whatnot, because what they experience, they see the same thing that people in New Jersey are seeing. The only difference is bombs drop from those drones. Missiles come from those drones. You feel me? They're scorched earth when those drones leave and whatnot. So the Americans have not seen that yet. You feel me? They're just seeing the presence of these swarms and whatnot. But please believe, for the year of 2024, especially, it was already taking place. But definitely this year is when the drones became officially the quote unquote killer drones that they utilize AI as well. So we could continue. I got more slides. Let me go to the slides and
there you go.
Check some more stuff out.
So I dug into what these drones that everyone's seen in New Jersey actually are, and when you realize what they are, you'll realize why the government is hiding them from you. So the drones everyone's been seeing in New Jersey are actually called HPGE drones, and they're for nuclear detection. This is what they look like. No, they're not alien. And we know because this radio frequency engineer actually whistle-blew and knows that the technology that he saw on the drones is nuclear detection technology. They're American military-made technology, and they are scanning for gamma rays, which is nuclear technology. On December 3rd, there was also nuclear material that went missing inside of a shipping container. So supposedly, in theory, there was a nuke that was smuggled onto U.S. territory in New Jersey, and that is why these drones are flying all over to detect nuclear activity so that they can find this nuclear weapon. But this is all in theory. Also, they don't want to share this with the public, of course, because it would cause outcry publicly. The reason I trust this guy on Twitter is because he gave real evidence that he has worked with HPGE drones and technology that are on the drones that they're using. And he drew correlations that I didn't see anyone else make. Like, for example, they all have bright lights on them to keep air traffic safe, something an enemy wouldn't really care about. So they're not foreign, they are US. I have a feeling if this was alien technology, the US government would be extremely quick to cover that up almost immediately. And if this was a nuke, this is seemingly some kind of nuclear weapon that they're scanning for. So don't trust the gov, trust the whistleblowers.
The Federal Aviation Administration issued bans on flying drones in multiple cities across New Jersey, including several in our area, due to security reasons. These areas are all now considered national defense airspace. Here's a map of those sites: the city of Camden, Gloucester City, Winslow Township, Evesham, Hancock's Bridge in Lower Alloways Township in Salem County, West Hampton, Burlington, and Hamilton. Unmanned aircraft are not allowed in those areas through January 17th unless approved by the federal government. The FAA says pilots who violate the airspace, meaning pilots on the ground as well, may be detained and interviewed by law enforcement. The agency warns that the U.S. government may use deadly force against drones it deems an imminent threat. These restrictions come just days after the FBI released a joint government statement saying most of the reported drone sightings were just airplanes, manned drones, and stars in the sky. Action News is trying to get answers on why the FAA...
You see how they like to insult people's intelligence, bro? Like, are you dead? Are you crazy? These are
They
drones,
made
these are
this
stars,
sudden
bro.
move.
When you watch this video, two things are going to go through your head. One, this ain't reality TV. And two, please be the cartel. Oh my God, I hope this is drugs.
So, as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. And, you know, we're obviously most concerned about sensitive targets and sensitive critical infrastructure. So we've got military assets, we've got utility assets, we've got the president-elect's one of his homes here. This is
all best information that we have available to us to this point suggests that these drones are coming from offshore, that when we try to make contact with them, they become evasive.
So last night I was on the beach in Island State, Ocean County with the sheriff. One of his officers 2 nights ago saw 50 drones come in off the ocean right there. We had a number of other people there, including a commanding officer from the Coast Guard, who said that one of their 47-foot motor lifeboats was followed by between 12 and 30 of these drones as they went through the water.
Multiple sightings going back to November. What do I think it is? Personally, I think this is a show of force from the enemies of the United States of America. This is not the cartel. These are SUV-sized drones coming in bunches with operating lights, propellers that make huge sounds. Multiple agencies, people every night are seeing them. They're coming. They followed a Coast Guard boat, and then when you try to follow them, they disappear. This is the enemies of the United States of America telling you that you are not untouchable, that we can penetrate your airspace, we can spy on you and recon on you and figure out everything about you. This is the enemies of the United States of America telling you that you are not untouchable. What else is it? Aliens? Really? It's aliens? Come on. It's the cartel. It's drone operators. They're declaring a state of emergency. That guy from Ocean County that you just saw, that boy watches the ocean. Him and the sheriff, they hang out there. They've been looking at that water with their forefathers for generations. And they ain't never seen some shit like this. And they've run this up the flagpole to Washington, the FBI. These people have chased these things and they disappear and they can't tell you what it is. It is not our government, folks. It is not aliens, folks. It is not the cartel, and it is not kids flying drones. What is it?
Somebody said it's Billy Carson and Terrence Howard. Let me find out. Yeah, so here's a story that a lot of people may not be familiar with, and a lot of people may be familiar with. Many moons ago, right, there was a panic that took place in the United States of America when a radio broadcast went out. This was before the age of home television and whatnot. They were utilizing entertainment through the radio. And they had a broadcast, and this broadcast was talking about an alien invasion. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is known as the War of the World. And that took place in New Jersey. Okay, that took place in New Jersey. The War of the Worlds, as we know, there was a movie done with with Tom Cruise and whatnot. Orson Welles, I believe, wrote the book, but this was all Jersey. So New Jersey is a state that is very familiar with alien invasion. Of course, you have the myth of the New Jersey Devil, and New Jersey being a dump site for nuclear activity. A lot of biolabs and all kind of chemical labs out there. The skies.
Hey, can I add? I just
Yes,
want to
please.
mention, because, all right, me not growing up, Philadelphia, I'm right across the river.
Yeah.
From Jersey. But growing up, you hear that joke. Are you from Jersey? What exit off the turnpike?
Mm-hmm.
It's like people think of New Jersey more or less as just bedroom communities.
Yes.
But New Jersey is a very mystic place. with a lot of mystic lands to it.
Right.
For example, the most mineralogically diverse place on planet Earth, meaning, like if you just go in one mountain, where you're going to find the most diverse range of crystals?
Yes.
New Jersey, Franklin, New Jersey. The
Mm.
second largest waterfall east of the Mississippi. So, in other words, the largest waterfall after Niagara, east of the Mississippi, is in New Jersey. Okay? And the
Yes.
Pine Barrens,
Yes, the Pine Barrens.
which is, supposedly the home of the Jersey Devils. Very mystic region.
Yes,
right?
very mystic.
Very mystic. Like I
Swamp
can't
light,
even
right?
get into it, but like you can't sleep on the natural mysticism of New Jersey.
Super
You
fact.
know, I just want to. It's easy to sleep on,
Yes, it is.
but New Jersey is a special place. I just
Yes, it
want to
is.
share that.
And so is Pennsylvania. Very mystical, very special place. And, they are somewhat connected. You feel me? Right over the bridge from one another.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
What they call the Delaware River.
Delaware,
is what
right.
separates most of Jersey from Pennsylvania, right? We would call it the Lenape-Hana River.
And you were just talking about how ancient and mystic that river was.
Well, the Susquehanna.
The Susquehanna, right.
Is one of the oldest rivers on Earth. It predates the Appalachian Mountains, because
Right.
it's easy when you study geology, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to kind of know what came first,
Right.
the river or the mountain.
If it cuts through.
Yeah, because if the mountain grew after the river was already there, the river's going to cut through the mountain, right? But if the river started flowing after the mountain was there, then
It'll go around it.
it's going to go around the mountain.
Right.
Right? So the Susquehanna runs through Appalachia. But this land and New Jersey is, a part of this reality too, right?
Yes.
The Delaware River, the Lenape-Hana River, runs through a Pangean microcontinent. Piece of Pangea, some of the oldest earth. Imagine, because we know tectonic plate movement, right? But it's not like the plates just float. It's not like the earth just floats apart. It moves like a conveyor belt. It rolls. So what underground rolls to the surface, and what's on the surface rolls underground, right? So imagine a piece of earth that never submerged through all the tectonic plate movement from Pangea to where the continents are now.
Right.
Right? So the Lenape-Hana River, the Delaware River, is on a piece of land that geologically they call it Precambrian Earth. Because there's geologic eras, right? And so the oldest geological era is Cambrian Earth, right?
Dope.
So whenever they find Earth that is even older than that, all they do is call it Precambrian. They don't have a name other than Precambrian. So there's this Precambrian Pangean microcontinent right here. Camden. It's a kind of Camden, New Jersey, going into the Pine Barrens, right? The Pine Barrens, geologically, they would call the name of like the it's like the Piedmonts start Appalachia, and the Piedmonts kind of start up here in Philly, right?
Right.
So geologically, the Pine Barrens are kind of at one time, all of that was under the ocean. Pine Barrens, all like South Jersey, from what they call the Delaware Bay,
Right. The Delaware Bay.
Up through Camden, all that used to be under ocean, right?
Wow. Okay.
And that's impacted the geology of that land. That's why if you were to check the sand in the check the soil in the Pine Barrens,
Yeah.
very sandy.
Very sandy. Right.
Yeah, so almost like soil and a beach combined,
Right.
And it's boggy, it's marshy, it's swampy, it's
Swampy, right.
Yeah. So
So I want to bring to the attention to everybody that we started this year out of 2024, this calendar year of 2024. We started this year out with talks of aliens. This year started with a bang. Okay. This year started with a fear campaign. This year started with people saying, well, God damn it, this year just started. And look at already, we got aliens in the mall. We got 10-foot tall aliens in Vegas.
Right.
And that went away. Now,
well, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
Let's be wise in our use of the term aliens.
Okay.
Right.
Star
Nation.
Right.
Because when we say alien, and I bring that up because you mentioned fear factor.
Yes.
Right. When you hear the word alien, even if it's not someone from someone on this earth, but they're alien. Right. It's like illegal. It's like negative connotations.
Like a migrant.
Fact. Yeah. And alien connotes it, like gives it promotes fear. It promotes the fear factor. Right. But if we say Star Nation, it leaves
better
room,
connotation.
Yeah, it leaves room to the idea and possibility that they might even be family. We might be able to develop better relations with them.
Facts. What about extraterrestrial? Is that's still considered to be?
That's interesting. Etymologically, it means beyond Earth, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have issue with that. Like, they are beyond the Earth, right?
Facts.
But ET has such a weird place in our conscious and subconscious.
Facts.
We have to know, right? Some of the Follywood movies from the like Follywood, their portrayal of aliens or ETs, where they were like in the early, in the in the earlies, the portrayal of them was something to fear, right? You're talking about the fear factor.
Yes, indeed.
Then you had the advent of the artists I mentioned earlier, George Clinton's son Ra, who like had a different relationship with the Star Nation.
With the Star Nation, right? Was
Right?
benevolent,
But
right?
yeah, like, you know, y'all kind of like our
It's
saviors.
like a destination, right?
Y'all
These
family. We share a lot, like, you know. Then and then what happened? You started seeing Mork and Mindy. You started seeing E.T. the
E.T. rolling out.
like the idea of a friendly extraterrestrial.
Right, Alf.
Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of them started coming out. Like
That's right. That is a fact.
You know, but that was after
George and them. Yeah.
That was after George and them, right? They
Mhm.
wanted to then start portraying that, oh, you know what? Maybe we can live with and relate to them, right?
Fact. Remember the Coneheads?
You know.
No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. Just
Yep.
you know, let's if we talk about the Star Nations, let's refer to them as Star Nations.
Star
you
Nation.
know?
Right.
Yeah. If we talking of just like you know, we don't like others calling us niggas.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
Because of the connotation of
Behind that.
others. If they want to build a relationship with us, they need to
be able to address us.
Address us and identify us in a
who we are.
respectful light.
Yeah, because that's like going to China or somewhere and they be like, my nigga, what's up, my nigga? And you like,
exactly.
What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
But I get it. So I would say that the Star family was reported in Las Vegas in the beginning of the year, right?
Yes.
That story was garnering a lot of attention.
Yes.
And then another story that grabbed the attention and the imagination of the nation was the Star Nation showing up in the mall.
Right.
In Miami. That was real big.
That was a big
I would
thing.
say, I would say that the only thing now, keep in mind, these are not ships that they were talking about. These were not drones. These were not orbs. These were actual beings that were being reported at the top of the year. And closing out the year, they're now reporting that what's capturing the attention of the world is the actual vehicles or the ships and whatnot. So this whole year is considered, a year where I would say that this is a disclosure breakthrough year, and we already know if 2024 is that type of introduction, what 2025 will eventually be. You know what I mean? Because the only thing that's really missing is the contact physically or visibly of beings and whatnot. But this is the buildup to it. This is definitely the buildup and the leading up to it. And I do want to remind everybody that we have a deal going on today where we have an offer of our ticket for our lecture, copy of the Rise of the Super Sapiens lecture that me and Blue Pill just did last month, and also a collector's item and a graphic t-shirt for the 9-year, which is 2025. Thrive and survive the 9-year. You know what I'm talking about? So the 9 is going to be a very powerful year for us. We really look forward to it for those of us who made it through the trek. We trekked through 2024. But yes, this is available for the family today. Take full advantage of it. The link will be in the description. Is there and also this is some upcoming classes and some events that we have. We're going to be celebrating the new year the day after me and Ras Ben's event on the 31st in Atlanta. Me, Blue Pill, and the rest of our team, we're going to be popping bottles and enjoying life, bringing in 2025 where we thrive and we strive. You dig? And AI Accelerated 4.4 is a 4-week class that I'll be doing on Patreon in January, the month of January, with my good brother Spin City. Okay. So
salute, Spin City, salute.
Salute to Spin City. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be cooking up because boy, oh boy, these tools that these aliens left for us. Oh, I'm sorry, the tools that the OFON is helping us use is cutting edge, and we're gonna grab that
Well,
by the
now
horn.
that's interesting because one thing about that term you've used, ET,
Yes.
it's a relevant term when you start talking about the teams, because there are beings that are in our atmosphere, right? But they're not extraterrestrial.
Right.
They're interterrestrial.
Right.
They're from the inner earth.
Right.
And if we study angelology and we study this ET UFO phenomena, it seems like the OFON don't want us to have certain technologies.
Right.
And these beings, these inner earth beings, right? The other team, the fallen angels of Enoch, the, Ogo and Yurugu of the Dogon, the
Right.
APAP set of Kemet,
Right.
right?
Right.
And
The
they got a
Enlil
lot
being
of
the hater.
names, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We in terms of the study of what I guess you would call UFOlogy and ET UFO phenomena or alien phenomena, right? They've gotten the names reptilians. They've gotten the name what they call them, the tall whites and the
grays.
The grays, thank you.
Yeah.
These are inner earth beings.
Subterranean.
Subterranean, yes.
Yes.
And interterrestrial.
Interterrestrial.
Interterrestrial in contrast to the extraterrestrial.
So would that also be the ones
the
coming out of the ocean?
extraterrestrial forces seem to be in some type of like battle or engagement with the interterrestrials. And we're kind of involved in it, right?
Yeah.
And the extraterrestrials appear to not want us to have technology, and the interterrestrials appear to be enabling us with technologies. Okay, so I just bring that up because you said that the Star Nations were giving us these technologies.
Right.
And I would disagree.
Right.
That is these interterrestrials. And I go in depth in that on that video you shared. The heavens are open.
The heavens are open. And the last show that we did when you were talking about the mountains, the Rwenzori Mountains,
the Rwenzori,
the Rwenzori in Africa.
Yes,
and
because
whatnot.
If you want, like, I like to source this in our teachings, our traditions, right? Or, teaching traditions that come out of our traditions, our culture.
Folklore, right.
And one that I think is a great source is the Book of Enoch.
Right. Definitely.
And Enoch goes, like I mentioned, that the Book of Enoch really is the foundation of what you would call angelology, or the study of angels. Both extraterrestrial and interterrestrial.
Right.
Like what's going on. I think that is a great indigenous source out of Ethiopia that articulates what it is, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Kafunya said, Mountains of the Moon. Vaughn Benjamin has a song, Midnight.
Yes.
Indeed. Indeed. So, do you have any last words that you want to leave with the family? I know that we're at the 2-hour mark. Or do you want to take a few questions by any chance?
Yeah, we could take some questions. And
All right. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've enjoyed tonight's discussion. And
For sure.
I feel like we've raised more questions than we've answered.
And that's even better because, this thing here that we're witnessing is good for the mind. You know what I mean? It's good to have you thinking about, higher realms and things of that nature. It's not necessarily a negative brain exercise to contemplate the ancestors, pulling up and showing up for us. You feel
Yes.
me? So I welcome it. I welcome it. It's a cure for the cancer of organized religion or religiosity. It's also a throughway to be, to tap into something greater than us, the arrogance of man and the arrogance of humanity, where we feel like it's impossible for anything to be smarter than us, greater than us, more advanced than us. Nah, I'm with all of this. You feel me? I'm with all of this, especially if it's something that's not considered to be artificial. But yeah.
Well, I think that's why it's important to ground our perspectives of what we're seeing today in our indigenous traditions.
Yes.
Including the Dogon, including Kemet, Credo Mutua, the Zulu shaman.
The legend. Yep.
He goes in on it. And yes, because we say experience teaches wisdom, right? Or brings wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And so if our ancestors have had experience interacting with them,
then we should too.
There you go. And we should learn from their experience.
And that would be found in it. Mm-hmm.
If they felt it was important enough to not only experience it, but to record it.
Yes.
For us, we should
tap into it.
We should tap in.
Beautiful. Yeah. Here come the questions.
All right.
Indeed. We have from Crochet Queen of Turtle Island. What is a good stone to welcome our star nation? You gonna say the prophecy stone?
Ooh. Well, I would think the star nations, I think what's important to them is we can't have malice in our palace. Right? We got to have a clean heart.
Yes.
And so, and why? Because, and we talked about this, like, look how we're behaving here on Earth. They can't have the cosmos. They can't have this chaos in the cosmos, Like, we just in our feelings and we go and shoot up a star system or, like how a little girl shot up a school. We can't behave that way and be galactic citizens. We're like quarantined. We're, that's another thing Enoch kind of teaches, like, where we have to grow and evolve and learn and grow and be better humans to be able to traverse the 1st through 7th heavens, with the angels, right? And so Stones that clean up your heart include dioptase and malachite. Malachite means king's stone. And just to relate it to like the night, we talked about those 9 hierarchies of angels.
Yes.
Right? The 9th hierarchy are named Amaleks. Right? And they're like earth angels. They're angels that are here on the earth plane with us, right? So the root word for Amalek is Malachite, or Malik, the king's stone, right?
Yes.
And so real nobility, not no Illuminati that were born from within the earth, but divine nobility from the heavens.
Right.
Amaleks. Right? And the stone they wore to their covenant stone was malachite.
Okay. Beautiful.
Yeah. And that's why copper was such an important stone in Kemet.
Is that the tribe that is it real and them be cursing? The Amaleks? BB and them?
Well, I have found it interesting that those dudes had the same name words sound biblically, right?
Yes.
But when you study Ethiopia, right?
Right.
An Amlak is a noble one, is a king. Right? And the Amlaks are like divinely appointed king. That's what separates an Amlak from a ruler.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more related to that.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah.
Yes. More questions, family. We're going to do 2 more questions. If you have them, please write them in the chat. All right. Please write them on the chat.
I will say while we're waiting for that,
yes,
that a lot of ones that call themselves nobility today,
yes,
they're born from the angels within the earth. Okay.
Yes. And you did the knowledge
13
on that.
bloodlines coming out of Pindar. Right? Who is the one Azazel in the book of Enoch. And Pindar is kind of, means it's Greek for penis of the dragon.
Right. And I believe that's who King Charles is holding the title right now. Of Pindar.
It'd be interesting. Yeah.
What they said.
It would make sense.
The man born on our birthday, by the way, Man Blues. King Charles over there. He's Pindar.
So, yeah. I wanted to make that distinction. Because when we talk about nobility,
some people may be under the impression that, them pale faces are, and we saying that that's stuff a lot. That's non-cipher. You know what I mean?
No.
Question for the God. What are your thoughts on the Pope opening up portals next week?
I'm not aware of that.
I would say,
need to research that. But
I'm gonna drop the video for B-Del. I'm gonna send you B-Del's video.
Now we'll say this.
Yeah.
There has been chatter that a lot of the Pope and Vatican's behavior lately reflects the fact that they know that some accountable authority is coming soon, and they gotta, like, you know, not act like they've been acting as the accountable and authoritative ones.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah, I wish I knew more about the Pope opening portals, like portals to where and
Oh, I'm not. I'm gonna send you the video. My good brother B Dell, he took that shit. He made a movie yesterday. He went upstairs with it. He had me, yeah. I had my jaw drop, like, what the hell? So yeah, they're unbeknownst to me, I didn't know that they do this on the Xmas ritual. But this time around, they usually do 4. Now they're opening up 5. Kafunya want to know, what is your cash app?
$ Ras Ben 188.
Okay, let me
$
drop that in there.
Ras Ben 188. Thank you, Sis Star.
Yeah,
I could hear that sound tonight. That ching ching ching.
Them coins dropping.
Yeah. I'll be thankful.
That's a love song to me. That's a love
Yeah.
song. Yeah, but B-Dell, the link, Copper Moon just dropped it. Y'all give a shout out to my mods, please. You feel me? Please give a shout out to my mods and show them some love. Hit the like button. And if you're new here, hit the subscription button. You know what I'm talking about? We do's this. You know what I mean? Come back through. You know, get familiar with us. Yeah, B-Dell. I'm awarding B-Dell. I told him I inboxed him. I'm giving him the new lecturer of the year award. When I do my year in review, B-Dell is going to get awarded the lecturer of the year for the new lecturers. He's getting the crown. Salute to the God.
I gotta get up on him. I don't even know about him.
Yeah. Well, his work ethic, his consistency, his raw search, all of that. He checked off. He checked off on all of the boxes, and
I'm looking forward.
We gonna bestow that crown to the young God, and we just encourage everybody else that's out there working. Keep working, keep putting your points
Steady
up.
on the good works.
Stay on the good works. You feel me?
Yeah.
You'll be
Steady
recognized.
on the good works.
You feel me? Stay on your good works. Stay steady on your good works, because people, the OGs and people are paying attention. You feel me? We got to keep. Yeah, Q Reeves. There's a lot of them working. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to take anything away from anybody out there. You feel me? But I had to come to a conclusion. I had to make my decision, and B-Dell was the one who he did it for me. So yeah. Where's the cash out? I put that up there. Let's see. I dropped that. Let me put that on the screen.
188.
Yeah, so we working, man. One more question. Peace, Ross. What's up with the slave burial grounds energy? What are your thoughts? Ancestors coming through heavy. How to honor the sacred ones laid to rest there. A few projects brought to my attention. That was from B. Bakari.
Well, I actually have direct connection to the slave burial monument in New York City. My sister-in-law, or sister-in-love, my wife's sister, who's now an ancestor, was part of the artists who brought it into manifestation,
Yes.
And along with Lorenzo Cook, Sabi's boy. Lorenzo Cook, Dr. Lorenzo Cook. Lorenzo Pace, excuse me.
Yes.
Lorenzo Pace was one of the head artists. But
I went to that unveiling.
I would say non-specific to any memorial, any one memorial, but just worldwide, right? That you know, we say, oh, Yah's dancing, you know, and we know in Yoruba tradition, oh, Yah holds the keys to the cemetery.
Yes.
Right? So the ancestral energy is very active. Worldwide, and more than likely where there's an ancestral memorial or something like that, it's probably at an energy center or vortex. And so, you know, spend some time there.
Tap in.
Tap in. Yeah. And you know, I think what the part that really makes the change in our life is when we go there, and if we get inspired thought, we then got to act on it.
Yo, you must be a mind reader, bro. I promise you. I didn't want to cut your wisdom. I have to be respectful. But damn, I was jumping to say it. I was like, yo, when we went to the Etowah Mound, Ghetto Shaman took us in 2010. And I didn't know what to expect. You feel me? Like, you know, I didn't know what I was gonna. We went to Serpent Mound and Etowah, but Etowah was first out here in Georgia. And we went to Stone Mountain to do a ritual for the ancestors. And it wasn't like we went with a plan. It wasn't like we knew what we were gonna do. But when we got there, we started grounding and whatnot, and we took our crystals and we placed them on the mound and everything. It basically started telling us what needed to be done and how to honor the ancestral energy that was on that grid. And we tapped into it and did that. You feel me? But it's really like you got to show up with good intentions, with your heart open, and it's going to guide you. It will definitely guide you. You might meet somebody. This pops up. You feel me? You might run in. You might. I discovered a book by a man named Ross Hamilton at Serpent Mound gift shop that taught me all about the history of the giants and the Smithsonian Institute, the giant skeletons and how they excavated the mounds and hid them, the gritters, the mound gritters. And you feel me? Like all of these things came online for me. I had a BlackBerry phone and I put that BlackBerry phone on the mound, and it was so much energy coming off the mound and never came back on again. And BlackBerry is supposed to be like encrypted. They're supposed to be like, you know, considered to be tough. But it was so much energy coming off of that. It just short-circuited the electronics, and it was energy flowing through our bodies, you know, flowing through our bodies. So I would say go to those ancestral sites, whether it's a graveyard or a mound, wherever your spirit leads you to, and just be still, and you will, it will point you in the direction.
Yes. Ashe.
You said take some gifts. No, the gifts was the crystals. Shoot, what are you talking about? We brought gifts, we brought fruit and all of that stuff. But I literally placed the crystals that had my body's, my signature on it into the earth, into the mound earth. I pushed it into the mound and left it there. Like, nah, I left behind my DNA. You know, the fruits is one thing. What you gonna take off your body and leave that has your signature on it? You know what I'm talking about? It's you know, anything from my person is a gift. Anything that I bring on my person, my jewelry, whatever has my energy on it, I'm connecting with the energy, because I left something behind, and then I left there with something that was already on that mound. I left with something that was there and whatnot. So Yeah, Ashe. But yeah, man. With that being said, I'm gonna keep it moving.
Yes.
I'm gonna wrap this
We're
one.
gonna stay attentive.
Yes,
There's some amazing current events unfolding before our eyes.
Very amazing.
And yeah. What a close of 24, opening for 25, you know?
Woo! Man, you
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
ask for nothing more spectacular and you know, a better event horizon than what we're witnessing and whatnot. What a way to close out this episode. What a way to close out this season. What a way to close out this quote unquote, you know, this monumental calendar year. And you know, we know that the new year starts in the spring equinox. I'm waiting for y'all who say all of that to have a ceremony and to do something, because everybody be like, the new year start, and there should be crickets when the equinox hits, like when y'all don't do nothing. So the end of the fiscal year, okay, because when in Rome, we in Rome, my niggas. The end of the fiscal year is on the 30th, 31st. And we're gonna ring this shit in. That's when that's the fiscal year, and I'm out here doing fiscal things. So I you know, I salute it. You know what I'm talking about? I salute it. I salute the solstice. We salute a lot of things.
Yes.
But yeah, we turn up.
All right, my good brother. Thank you for allowing me to share with the KT aliens.
No, I think
this
they
amazing times we're living in.
Yes.
And because I'm sure, if anything, we're going to inspire the reasoning and discussions that are going to provide more answers to what we're witnessing. And California's right there in New Jersey. She right there in Jersey. Maybe she'll give us some footage, and we come back on reason.
I know you got the telescope. You feel me? California gonna get the. I'm gonna put it out there. We're gonna manifest this. California, you're gonna get the clearest footage ever in the history of footage capturing of a quote unquote starship. I mean, I'm talking about a diamond in the sky, and it's gonna hover over your residence, and you're gonna catch that shit with a Samsung, and it is even gonna be called the California star.
I see it.
I do too.
Yeah.
That could happen. You know?
That is gonna happen.
That is gonna happen. You feel me?
Yeah,
They're gonna feel her energy.
When you got the vibe, she
got the vibes.
Make that happen.
Feel me? You got the vibes.
Yeah.
So we will pick back up. And if there's anything else that we have to follow up on, if there's any, like, if something steps off of one of those quote unquote orbs, anything that needs to be said to complete the cipher, it will be said on this show. Y'all have no problem. Don't worry about that. We'll keep.
Yeah, we got to complete this cipher because we've raised more questions than we've answered. So as
this is the build up to the 31st, to the 30th, to the lecture.
But even as this thing unfolds and we get some answers to the many questions we raised, we're going to have to come forward to the KT alien community, you know?
Yes, sir. Definitely. Right. You done know.
All right. Steady on your good works, my brother.
You too. Appreciate you. All right. Respect. All right, family. And with that being said, I want to say peace, love, and light. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your attention and whatnot. You know, be merry. You know what I mean? Do great things. And we will see you on the next broadcast, on the next transmission. All right? Love and light. Peace.
Red, blue, purple light. Red, blue, purple light. Friends, facts. Red, blue, purple light. Friends, red and blue, purple light. can get to know the legend. My love, just open your third eye on Thursday. Lord, the food, the art, the clothes, the Vatican's getting exposed fast. We put the show on the road, you better stay on your toes. I was till the land focused on the ego. Then I opened my heart, let go of the ego. Grand after grand, we stacking up these C notes. Facts, facts, yeah, we gon' put this shit on our backs. Facts, facts, we in your city, pull up where we at. Facts, facts, peace, love and light, peace, love. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family, peace, love, and light. To the family.
These days and time, black man, is going to be the time that you have been waiting for. You came here for a reason. Whatever pressure, whatever adversity, whatever the fuck you feel, I don't know what you feel, but whatever you may be feeling is going to push you, and it's going to provoke you, and it's either going to make you or break you, similar to how pressure busts pipes or the shit makes diamonds.